certified criminologist and international juke artist, Gary Burbank.
Well, hello, how are you? I'm Gary Burbank, along with my evil minion, Duke Sinatra.
Hey, how you doing?
Why are you talking like that? Because I'm talking like this.
Yeah, I got my own style, too. I call it my flavor.
Your flavor voice. But let's see here. What do we have planned today? Anything worthwhile? I think we have a couple of new Swift Boat veteran ads that we will play for you. These are two that are coming along very soon. Gilbert Gnarly. Then we'll do a full hour of sports and consequences today. We'll spin the wheel and see where it ends up. The Prince of Labor, backpacks, notebooks, and swirlies. Prince's Guide to Back to School. Errol Pitts American. I think he's going to talk about steroid use in the Olympics. And Lars Peavy on today, too. Along with the old left-hander, Joe Nuxall. All of that.
Cool.
And you just heard Mike Allen has announced that he had an extramarital affair, and he's sorry for it and wants you to forgive him. Okay. I'm done. I'm fine with that.
Well, then now I
forgive
wait
him
for the story because there might be some kind of lawsuit coming up. And...
Oh, yeah, that's right. The lawsuit. The inevitable lawsuit that comes up following all of this because there must be money that changes hands somewhere. And the attorneys have to get most of it. But he's an attorney, so he understands that.
Yes.
Is that how it works?
I don't
Anything that happens, someone has to file something. Nevertheless, that's the news will be covering that through the day if there's anything to cover. I'm sure they want to get pictures of the person that he supposedly had the affair with so people can be titillated by that. Then there will be this and that. Maybe it's because, he's supposed to be a Republican, right?
Well, he's not supposed to be. He is.
Well, right. Maybe he has a little Democrat in him. Because, as you know, it's Democrats who do that kind of thing.
They're the philanderers.
That's what they say.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking maybe there's a little Democrat in all of us that we need to be very careful about letting out.
Well, obviously he's a Republican because he did it with a chick.
Yeah, so Democrats don't?
Yeah, well, they do it with dudes, as the governor of New Jersey showed you.
I don't. Well, that's true, but how about the President of the United States who...
George Bush had an affair with a dude?
No, a different president.
Oh.
No.
Truman?
Just propose to just throw that stuff out. If it doesn't fit your agenda, the hell with it. I'm not admitting to it. Speaking of things not fitting your agenda and then not admitting to it, Okay, here we go now. There's the lawyer, the newest thing in the Swift boat. I'm beginning to find this interesting. At first, it was just get out of my face with that. I don't want to hear about it. But now all of the tap dancing and all of the denials that come up. I didn't really say that. What I said was that kind of thing. I enjoy that. Now, an election lawyer for President Bush, it turns out he'd been advising the veterans group running the TV ads. He had been advising. Okay, now, this time, I will be honest with you. I wasn't exactly totally honest before. I was advising him. Okay, so I have to resign. Sure you do. Said I feel I could not let that continue.
Well, to be fair, there's only so many lawyers in Washington. This guy has to handle certain...
Someone has, if you come to someone, they have a legal right to ask for that, unless you're tied together with someone else who is not supposed to be a part of this, and who, I think everyone said, we have nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
And then he's a second person to come up and say, well, yeah, we didn't have anything to do with it, but I did. So, but he said it doesn't distract from the real issues upon which you and the country should be focusing. Important issues like making crap up about events that happened 30 years ago.
That important stuff.
When it doesn't really matter about today. Second time in days, it says a person associated with the Bush-Cheney campaign had been connected to that group. The same group that they said we have no connection with. So why instead of embarrassing the president, why don't these people come forward before they say I have nothing to do with this? Because they know it's going to come out. The press is ruthless. They're going to find out.
Oh, yeah, especially now that the story's just exploded.
Sure it
is.
is.
So big.
And the Navy task force now overseeing this whole thing. God. Couldn't they spend their time maybe finding an enemy or something at this point instead of worrying about this? But the Navy task force overseeing the Swift boat squadron in Vietnam reported that Gary's group, the boats did come under fire. They did come under fire, according to this report. A search of the Navy archives, and that's the latest document to surface. Now, there have been other documents surface saying that did happen, although Larry Thurlow said, no, I stand by my assertion.
Yeah, all the documents say that it did happen.
Yeah, and even his own document, that They went back and they searched through the Freedom of Information Act. Larry had said it happened too at the time. But now Larry Thurlow says that's only because he's depending upon Kerry's report at the time. But then again, if he's depending upon Kerry's report at the time, it must mean he didn't see it. So how can you say it didn't happen?
Now I'm really confused.
I know. Well, the whole thing is just that. It's just confusing. Let's see. You want to take this phone call? Sure, why not? We do it. It's not really a talk show, but every now and then people like to talk. And let's go to Greg. Hi, Greg. How are you?
How you doing, Gary? How you
doing fine, Greg.
Hey, I got to remedy the situation.
Sure. What is it?
You've heard the saying, "Show me the money."
Show me the money.
Yeah.
Show me the money.
That's Kerry to show me the wounds.
Show me the wounds.
Excellent.
Like, you know who used to do that was Lyndon Baines Johnson. Remember how he used to show you his wound?
Well, he'd show you anything you wanted to see.
Yeah, I'm sure Kerry has some scars. I mean, but do you really want to see Kerry show his scars off?
Well, that'll prove it.
Well, yeah, he could do that if he wanted to, but wouldn't that look a little ridiculous if he's on TV? I mean, he could show you an appendectomy and say, you wouldn't know.
Monica might like it.
All right, Greg, you must be off. I think I might like it.
Come on, show me some skin there, Kerry.
Want to see a scar?
Or maybe some X-rays with shrapnel X-rays.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they should look a little further. Perhaps Kerry is a master. Here it is. I think I know what's going on here.
With the different stories going on?
Yeah, all the different stories going on. Maybe Kerry is a master of hypnosis or voodoo.
Huh?
John Kerry, the voodoo man. I'm thinking he is. And what he does, he simply casts a spell on all the non-Republicans who were on the river at the time.
Just those guys?
And that's why they believe all of this to this very day. He cast a spell on them, see. But they know better than that. They know something is wrong, and he casts that spell, you see. That could be it. Let's go to Jim. Hi, Jim. Yeah,
Hello.
Jim. Yeah, Jim.
Yeah,
please talk.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Jim. Come on, talk to me.
All right. Now, I was in Cambodia in '68 with my best friend, an Australian. We left out of Australia.
Uh-huh.
And I have photographs which are sitting in the bank in the safe deposit box of a boat 94. Number on it was 94. We were in Cambodia, Kerry and I. We were both photographers at that time, '68. And we went up there for a magazine to do some wildlife stuff, photographs, and had a contract with a Sydney Morning Herald to bring back what we had, and they would go ahead and publish pictures we had in our stories, sort of like National Geographic.
Okay, yeah, okay, cut to the chase, if you
And
will.
where I am. We made it there, and this is the very southern tip of Cambodia.
I got you.
All right, we were in up above about maybe 12 miles or 10 or 12 miles from the Vietnamese border, and we were photographing. We weren't there. We didn't know there was anything going on. We knew what was going on in Vietnam, that's for sure. But Cambodia wasn't supposed to be involved. I found that later. We were wrong. But anyhow, we came up. Our guide led us up, and we were on a spoor of what we thought was a tiger, and we got to a ridge, maybe 45, 50 feet above the. He called it the Bay River, and there was a boat sitting there, maybe a 60-foot boat, maybe, I don't know, pretty big, good sized boat. It was a gunboat, 94, right on the side of it. He filmed. He did the filming with that 8mm, and I was doing still shots. And Kerry was on that boat. And
you saw Kerry on that boat from how?
I got photographic proof, and so does my buddy in Sydney.
Right, and Kerry wasn't supposed to be in that place, right?
No American was supposed to be there.
I wonder how many other Americans were there that weren't supposed to be there in Cambodia.
No military.
Believe me, there were plenty of military around there. Guys who were they were all over the place, and everyone knew it at the time. Why all of a sudden now no one remembers?
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't supposed to be there, but Washington releases all kinds of spin stuff, and we're not there, but they are there.
I'm just trying to point this out. I just had the New York Times on the.
But it doesn't concern me at all that he was in like 5 miles or 3 miles further than he was supposed to be. I mean, what's the big deal about that?
Right. I just had the New York Times on this telephone not more than 15 minutes ago. I told them I had something to tell them, and they're trying to get me legally protected that I can get my photographs out of the safe deposit box and not get harassed or anything.
Yeah. Do you think that Gary may have cast a voodoo spell on you?
No, come on, Gary.
I don't know. I mean, it's a possibility, and he could have done that.
It's something that they're making.
Yeah, they're saying that he wasn't there.
They're saying he wasn't there, right? Yeah. But maybe he did cast a voodoo spell. I'm trying to defend the Republicans in this situation.
Well, defend them if you want.
No, I'm only kidding.
But I mean, I don't care. I don't really give a damn. But I'll tell you what, it didn't even dawn on me.
Yeah. You didn't know at the time until this whole thing came up that you actually had maybe some proof about, where he was.
Gary, there were 12 men on that boat, and 9 of them got off. And most of them were Oriental, looked like Chinese. They got off on that little clearing there, and they disappeared in the mangroves. And 3 were left. And they had come in all astern. They'd come in, and the whole thing took about 7 minutes, 8 minutes. And out they went back out into the main river. It was a tributary.
What you're saying is,
we got the hell out of there because we found that CIA was in there, and they were starting.
That was my point to you. Is those people were all over the place, and there are things that. I mean, there were things that are always going on in wartime that are not supposed to be going on.
That girl from the New York Times says, "Can we send somebody out there to Kentucky to go ahead and take a look at your photographs?" I said, "Listen," I trust you. You sound like a trustworthy person, but hell, how do I know there's not going to be all kinds of legal ramifications for me?
So you're going to show them the pictures or not?
They're going to call me back. They're going to see if they can get me covered legally.
If I were you, I would cover myself legally in this before you let someone else to do it. I mean, I would call an attorney.
Those people are ruthless.
Yeah, I mean, they will. And the thing of it is, if all of a sudden you come up with some kind of proof, then they're going to be people. You know what? They won't go after your proof. They'll go after you personally. Your life is out at that point.
Damn straight. And that's exactly what I told her. And I got something they can't defeat. I got Kerry Keys down there in Sydney, and he's an Australian. And he kept his photos too, but they confiscated his 8.
Well, they can go after him too. All right, I'll be very careful. I know nothing about this kind of thing, Jim.
Jim.
Yeah, let us know. Keep us up on what's going on, okay?
Hey, Duke, is that you?
Yeah.
That's Mr. Sinatra. Yes.
Yeah, good man.
At times he's all right. He gets a little. Well, I don't have time to go into it. I'm coming up to a break, Jim.
Well, I want to cast a gloom on this. The editor from the New York Times said, "Is your passport stamped with a Vietnam visa?" And I said, "No." She said, "That's very important." So, in other words, the only proof I've got, the boat, the mangrove swamps, the people on board, in the water.
And they can produce 1,000 people who will say, Jim, that well, look at this photograph and how it's doctored. And so chances are nothing will come of it, but you be careful, okay?
Okay, man.
All right, Jim, good luck.
See you.
All right, this is the BBC.
This is the BBC.
And the one thing that has appalled me most of all is this preposterous preoccupation with bosoms.
700 WLW.